Was Verstappen just not on it?
Must have been like a sick day, bro. Must have had Abayomi for lunch.
If he drops deep one more time to spray the ball out to Saka,
I swear to God.
No. Can't be.
I feel like this team needs me.
Yeah. I'm just happy. You know how nervous I was when he stepped up. You know that uncle that was like,
Saka in the network.
He said, "Father!"
Yeah. That's it. Loaded, premeditated.
Has he done well though?
No, he has. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
What the fuck? We are doomed. What do you mean?
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It 90, brought to you by the House of NNESAGA, supported by our lovely family and friends, Spotify. Today we've got a special guest.
Damn right, guys.
Called up. I feel like you got called up late, and it was like the perfect timing because, as you can see, he's looking real fresh right now.
He's got the hair done.
He's got the slight. What is that pink? What is that?
Lilac. I don't know what we call this one. It's like a salmon.
Yeah, we'll take it. We got Moses Tucker in the building.
Thank you for having me.
How are you, man?
The late call up, man. When I got the call up, I was like, you know what? Hair just done. Everyone needs to see me, bro.
Yeah.
Where can everyone see me? Keep it 90.
Come on.
There we go.
Come on. Family of the show. We've never actually. Well, we've spoke about you a few times because we've had other content creators on and stuff like that. But for people that might not, because they should know what you do.
You never know.
Yeah. So this might be the opportunity to introduce yourself to that one person that watches us that doesn't know.
All right. So my name is Moses Duckrow. I am a football content creator extraordinaire. I don't want to just put myself in everything. Box. You know, do a bit of everything. A bit of music here, a bit of football there, you know what I mean? A bit of
got a big tune out as well, check that out, man.
Cartier, by the way. I ain't got one yet, but you know, I got my whoop though.
You're praying for that. You're manifesting, bro. Come on.
That's what we're here, man. We're here. Yeah, that's me. It's a little content career. Just like that's why I'm thankful to be on stuff like this and get myself out there.
Yeah. So make sure you check him out on socials. He genuinely, when he says he's a content creator, little content, he's lying. He's created some of the best sketches that we've seen from the football scene.
Appreciate that, brother.
And yeah, man, there's a lot been going on. But before we go into the Euros and the football chat, we were talking while we were off air. This has been a great weekend for Black Brits.
Yes.
And we got to start with the main man Copes, because I can't lie, I don't watch F1.
Yep.
I tried to watch it when Lewis Hamilton got bumped that year,
2021,
2021, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it since, but I heard and I saw that he won the Grand Prix yesterday. So round of applause
for that, innit?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And at home at Silverstone as well.
Yep.
So it was it was at home he won it as well.
Soil.
It was perfect, isn't it? Like I just caught back at the end of it, because I'm a bit similar to you. I still watch it. Watch F1 every now and again. But obviously after that, there was a bit of my heart that was like, I can't watch this after you got bumped.
It's not the same.
Yeah, and watching Max win it every year was beginning
I'll be real. I only got into F1 like last year. But then I was like, no one was paying attention to number one spot. Everyone was just like, okay, he finished second.
Yeah.
This way.
I'm saying.
People started telling me in order to enjoy F1, because I was like, it's not fun for me anymore. But they were like, you know what? Just ignore first place. Literally, that's how they say it. Ignore first, and the real race is everything after that.
After that, yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wait, so I don't know if you man will know, but how did he win it this time then? Was Verstappen just not on it? Like, or what?
Must have been like a sick day, bro. Must have had Abayomi for lunch.
That's an inside joke. I was unfortunately late to today's episode because I had ayamashe for lunch. And if you're Nigerian, or even if you've tasted ayamashe, you know that is a big
mess up.
Big mistake.
Yep.
But we thank God we're here.
But I'll take it like, as you said, Lewis Hamilton hasn't won.
He said 956 days or something. That's crazy.
It's surprising. Yeah, Mercedes just haven't really been up for it, to be honest with you, the last couple of years. The car's just not been that good. And then this year, McLaren, another Brit, Lando Norris.
Pick up Lando, man.
Yeah, he's been doing
Brit as well, isn't it?
Yeah. He's been doing really well for this season in particular. Really somewhat toe to toe with Verstappen. Literally, them two got into it last week.
Is it?
Yeah. And then for the first
time,
like someone's basically called out Verstappen for basically being like
a
bully on the track. So it was quite nice to see from Lando doing that. But yeah, it's getting a bit spicy now, isn't it? So it's worth.
Is the gap that big in the leaderboard right now? No one knows really.
At the moment, yes. First half of the season, from what my memory says right, Verstappen's still
clear.
comfortably clear.
Okay.
Oh, fair, man. I'm just happy Lewis won, man.
Yeah, that's same.
I can't lie.
Same.
Like, he was shedding tears. I feel like it's good for people to cry.
Especially men, black men.
Black men.
Yes.
Men in general.
Men in general.
It's good to cry. And that actually might take us. But actually, before we go into the football, how was you man's weekend just in general? What was you
That's a
spending
great
your time
question.
doing?
Thank you for asking, man. What did I do? I had brunch with the guys. You know, it's not just a woman's thing.
It's
you know?
not.
You know what I'm
no.
saying?
It's
Brunch of the guys, great.
Do you know what I'm
Vibes,
saying, bro? Brunch with the guys. Some place called Temper. Nice place.
Okay,
you know?
where what
It's
area
like
is that?
it's like smoked meats kind of thing, and
Okay.
then obviously you have cocktails.
Sorry.
Look at this child.
Sorry, so childish. It's so childish. Because I couldn't go through.
I was asking him with a straight face. I'm like, I'm a grown man.
I can
So
see the giggling like the next year. I was like, oh, here we go.
I just saw the smile. I said smoked meats. He went,
I let myself down there. Sorry, nah. Smoked meats, bro. Man, I'm eating smoked meats, calm, brunching.
I'm a pause anyway.
Hey, yeah.
And then after that, watched England at the pub.
I love that.
And then went to Big Smoke to catch Skepta. We got there like 9
Oh, yeah,
p.m.
how was that?
Yeah. Skepta, he's the guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy, man. So it was like a good little weekend. And Sunday just didn't do anything.
Love that.
Little chilled Sunday.
Love that. What about you, Copes? What were you saying?
I was somewhat the same. Saturday, we tried to do a barbecue, but the weather was like in, out. But either way, me and the father-in-law, we were just out there, rain max on. We were the ones having to sacrifice for the family, so we were just out there doing that.
You couldn't even go inside, innit? You had to firm it with him.
Literally,
Then once it's the
yeah.
father-in-law,
Yeah.
you can't even say, like, unks, I want to go inside, man.
We had to be there for him, so we did that. Watched the matches, obviously, watched the football, and then Sunday we were just chilling. Really, there was a little community like there, not too far from where we live, so we went to that.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Funny enough, actually, that Skepta
Big Smoke.
festival, that was causing just
Yeah,
longing up
man,
my
yeah,
travels.
of course, man. Yeah,
People in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Had to cut through. I was like, oh, what's going on here? We had to Google it on the way. I was like, what's for the whole weekend? Like all the side streets that I just normally just skirt
Go through, yeah.
all locked up. I was like, what's going on
Yeah,
here? And I was like,
yeah,
Skepta, like, oh, fair play, makes sense. And what about yourself?
Like you, man, watched the game on Saturday. What did I do around that, actually? No, I just linked up with the man them.
Yeah.
Just linked up with the man them,
man.
watched the game, had a little feast. And it was one of them weird ones, where it was like 3 or 4 of us. And we don't do this normally, but we just got food from like different places, like Chinese, Nando's and that. And then, you know them ones where one person ordered the Nando's, one person ordered the Chinese, but the first person that ordered the Chinese said that, oh, you can have whatever. So I was like, oh yeah, you can have a wing as well. Then it just turned into one big feast, and it was so nice.
Once they're just mixing up.
Yeah, like it was amazing
wholesome.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wholesome, bro,
Stuff,
wholesome.
bro. Yeah.
But I actually wanted to ask you a question about that, because you said you watched the England game in a pub, right? I watched it with a few of my guys. You watched it at home, right?
Yep.
What is the best place to watch England? Do you prefer pub, family, or like festival type vibe?
It depends what you want. If you want to watch football and actually like see the whole game, no distractions, watch at home.
Yeah.
101%, you watch at home.
But
kind of thing.
is it one of them ones where once you see like obviously England going through and that, would you feel like upset that you missed the beer throwing and all of that vibe?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, you can miss me with that beer throwing.
Is it?
You miss me with that. Because I'll be vexed if that beer hits me. I'm not going to lie to you.
It never hit me before. That's why I'm like, I miss it. I see it and I'm like, this is mad. This is crazy.
Yeah, I saw one guy on TikTok earlier. Yeah, bro, he was watching the game at Box Park. He was waiting for the last penalty. He had a cup of beer. Waited. He wasn't watching any. Wasn't even watching the pen. He just waited for the uproar. As soon as the pen went in, just
Loaded.
dashed it.
That's it. Loaded. Premeditated.
The people that he hit just looked like so gutted. Like, man, where did this come from?
The thing is, you can't even bang out.
You
Because
can't.
it's
You
like,
can't. It's a part of it. It's like
Yeah,
someone
part of
steps in your
it.
shoes
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Part of it. You
Yeah.
get it. Back in the day, someone steps in your shoe though in the dance.
Yeah, big problem. Big problem.
Because then they
But
get dark.
but football, you gotta wear like the old book.
Yeah.
100%. Like, even
yeah.
sliders maybe.
Yeah.
Just so
What
you're
are
ready.
you wearing fresh kicks for to England game? No, sir.
To impress who, bro?
Yeah, our word. The thing is, I actually want to watch the semi-final in a group environment.
Okay.
But I've got you remember superstitions, yeah?
Yes.
Because I watched the quarters with a group of my friends. I feel like if I do anything beyond that and we lose, it's my fault.
Because your fault, innit?
Okay, yeah.
It's always, everyone always thinks that, innit? Like a little something that you did that differently to normal routine. It's like, it's because if I'd only done this like I did normally.
Yeah, it's on you, bro.
Yeah.
It's on you because the feng shui in the air. I'm telling you,
How
it just changes.
obnoxious.
How greedy.
How greedy.
All right, let's go into the England game. Anyway, it was 1-1. Let's go through the first 90. So going into the game, everyone knew what they expected.
Yeah.
They wanted a better performance from England. Yes. Southgate made one change, brought in Konsa for Mark Gahey because he was suspended, changed the formation to a 3 at the back, which some people were calling for. Some people were upset that there wasn't more changes to the personnel. I think the first 45 was calm. It was better. It was the best. It was a better performance.
Yeah.
But is that what are you, man, saying? Do you still feel like there should be more, or are we just asking for too much?
I'm still expecting a bit more, you know. I'm not going to lie to you. It was definitely better than what we've seen this tournament. Because obviously, where we've got to finals, semi-finals before, it has been with 3 at the back.
Yeah.
So it was kind of good that Southgate realised it wasn't really working the first sort of 4 games.
For his particular tactics as well.
It wasn't working. So it's quite nice to see him go back there. But again, because they've not been playing with 3 at the back for so long, you could tell that there's still a bit of rust there. He was playing left wing back. Trippier again, he's not really a left wing back. So you know, there's still little things that just weren't quite helping. I mean, it was nice to see Shaw eventually get on. Because I was thinking to myself, you brought this guy out. He
has to play.
He has to play at least.
So it's about time. Because I was getting worried from him. I was thinking the later in the tournament it takes for him to come on, boy, he's gonna get cooked by
someone.
There was one. I think Cole Palmer passed it to him down the line in extra time. I think it was, and it was like in front of him, and I was thinking, damn, if he's been too much. I've seen this before. Like, it could have been techie. Second half, anyway, it was the same old. But I think Switzerland, they're actually good.
They're a good team,
and I think a lot of the teams that are in the semis or in the quarters, they're a good team.
Yeah, good side for sure. I guess with how football is now, kind of thing, there's so much analysis that goes into it, like you know what I'm trying to say, like movements and all those things there, combating how a certain player plays, kind of thing, which I feel like is one of the reasons why a lot of the players haven't been able to like thrive, I guess, because like Southgate's tactics was kind of like found out by the other teams and other coaches, kind of thing. But yeah, every team that was in like the quarterfinals, it's like kind of similar, apart from Spain.
Yeah.
And Germany.
I think Turkey as well, maybe.
Turkey
were like the only team that were like, we're just going to go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you, I was more worried we'll get to it, but I was more worried if
Turkey
got Turkey.
Then the Netherlands, isn't it?
Because they're fans.
Because you like, bro, even, because you were asking like, do you expect a bit more from England? I was like, yeah, I do, but at the same time, I've been watching everyone else, and I'm like, it's kind of similar across the board. It's not just England, because even France, of course, France had a lot of chances, and you know, when Dembele came on, he actually looked pretty decent against Portugal. But it was like everyone's a bit like off it with the play that you have and the talent that you have. Even Portugal, to a degree, it wasn't free flowing that everyone expected. Everyone just looks at football nowadays with the names on the paper, kind of thing, and be like, okay, I expect that Foden, Saka, Kane, who else is playing? Bellingham, all these guys, these are amazing for their clubs. I just expect them to be amazing for England as well. But it doesn't necessarily...
It don't work out like that sometimes,
We've seen it hasn't worked out like that before as well, but the other golden generation.
You know what it is? I think what annoys fans, or I guess I'm going to speak for myself, but it's like, I hear exactly what you're saying, but my thing is with this England team and Southgate, it's not like, when you're looking at, let's say like a team like France, you've seen a lot of the veterans, they've slowly been phased out, as we've seen probably the last sort of 8 years since Southgate's been here. Whereas you look at Southgate, outside of maybe Calvin Phillips, who we've seen sort of phase out now since over the last few years, a lot of that is still the core that he's now had pretty, and obviously Maguire as well. Outside of 1 or 2, that's still primarily a core that he's actually had for the last like 6-7 years. So it's at this point, it's sort of like, surely you should have been able to figure out tactics and figure out how
you should not have one plays
versus Foden. You know what I mean? Like, you should have figured these things out. You're not new to this. Isn't a new team for you at this point. So it's just a bit like, what have you been doing really since the last tournament? And I think it's where we've seen a final, then a semi-final. It's like, okay, basically how you're getting onto Arteta is how everyone's getting onto Southgate. You now need to win something. And it's like, if you still can't figure out that Kane, Foden, Bellingham all can't meet in the middle.
But say this. But England in the semi-final, bro.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So let's actually talk about when we conceded the goal.
Yeah.
I think it was at the 76th minute. Conceded a goal. It was a good goal. Good move from Switzerland. Mbolo was causing the defense.
Yeah.
To be fair, Konsa played really well, but he was causing the defense a lot of problems. Got his deserved goal. And I think from that moment, it was nervy because it's like you said, there are all these players and it's like another golden generation. And you're thinking like, for me anyway, when I was watching it, I was just thinking, forget about the tactics. Forget about players not playing well. This is 11 man versus 11 man.
Yeah.
Who wants it more?
Yeah, that's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Saka was playing that game like he wanted it.
Yeah.
Bellingham, even in the first half, was playing like he wanted it. Yeah. Kane, not so much. Foden, not so much. Saka got his deserved goal by doing something that no one could say, oh, that was perfect move. I can't even remember who passed him the ball.
I don't either, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just him getting the ball in the area that he knows he can cause problems, and he caused the problem.
Does
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And we don't have enough of that. You look at the England squad, you name the forwards, and you're actually like, all of you, man, are capable of doing something special on your day. Why does it only come one here, one there, one here, one there? Fam, all of you, come on!
Like at the same time, innit? Yeah. But the question now is, does Kane start the semis?
Yes. He has to.
I think during his time for England, this is probably the most vulnerable he's ever been. Because he's now proven, the squad have now proven that they don't need him for pens. They've got another player in Ivan Toney that can drop deep, that can also play in behind. I think I saw Cam's saying something on FCM, and I thought he was being a bit extreme when he was saying that this could be his like last tournament and stuff like that. But then I kind of hear his perspective of Kane has scored goals for England, but they've not been the Jude Bellingham over the head kick. They've not been the Saka cutting and banging. They've been, the winning goal, which is still good. Do you know what I mean? He's had, do you know what I mean? He's had moments, even in the last tournament, the goal against Germany as well from the Grealish cross. But it's like, if he was doing those things, like the goal that he scored against Germany in the last Euros, after the Grealish, then the goal that he scored against Slovakia, right?
Yeah, Slovakia, that's the one.
Those moments where you're in those positions as a striker, we will rate you so much more if you just do that.
Rather than coming in and
dropping deep. Because when Saka was playing down the line and he was drilling the ball across the box, there was no one there. So what? Like, why? I'm a reactionary fan. Don't get it twisted. We all are. We can be. I'm not saying we drop him. But I'm just saying this is the most vulnerable he's been.
Yeah. But is that due to him or is that due to... Because I agree with you. He needs to stop coming in. Like, we need him sitting on that last man.
Be a striker.
But is that him just ignoring tactics or is that Southgate saying just do what you do at club level, which is you drop in?
I think it's Southgate giving him that freedom.
Yeah, just do what you do. I don't see any player in this England side doing anything different than... like looking at it and say, oh, this is how they play for England and that's different to how they play for City. That's why I think certain players are just thriving. Like Jude is just being Jude. Saka's just being Saka. Palmer, when he's coming on, they're just being Palmer. Mainu is just being Mainu. Do you know what I mean? They're not doing anything like, oh, this is how they play for England. That's just how they are. But Kane and Southgate kind of need to realise that for us to get the best out of you and the team, you actually need to stay up top, bro.
Yeah. And let the intricate players, even though he can be an intricate player, but let them.
If he drops deep one more time to spray the ball out to Saka,
I swear to God, bro, I swear to God,
like, he's actually dropping. There was one time I think he done it in the second half of extra time. He dropped deep to get the ball. There was Palmer running down the left, and he switched it out to Saka, allowing their whole defense to just swarm over to that side, slow down the whole movement. We know you can switch it. And I love Kane, don't get it twisted.
Great football.
But you just need to simplify your game. No one's asking for any extravagance.
Stay up there.
And he's also got to trust. He's got to trust the people behind him. Like, you've got Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden. Like, you've got even Rice. Like, you've got you've got guys behind you.
Keep listing.
But the thing is,
there's so many.
I just feel like, I think Rooney was saying it as well. Like, when he was playing at United, there'll be times where he could score a hat-trick, but then he'd be pissed off at himself because he wasn't involved in the game, kind of thing. Because he's the type of man that like to play football, and I feel like Kane is kind of similar in that respect. Like, he likes to get touches on the ball,
I hear
bring
you.
people in, do those switches, even though he doesn't necessarily have to, essentially. Whereas you got like other strikers, like let's say Cavani is like a good example of like a number 9 that will stay up front,
Stay
hold
there,
on the ball,
runs.
set, you know what I'm saying, and spin, run, so I get on to the end of something kind of thing, and you will always be there at the front post. Whereas, as you say, like Saka will be drilling the ball across the 6-yard box, and there's no one there. Kind of thing.
I think also Kane's also at an age now where you should know when you need to drop deep versus also I need to just sit on the last man, or I need to be in that penalty box and I need to just wait for it. Like that's also another thing. He's not a young boy anymore, so it's not as if like, oh, I've got that hunger, I've got to drop back, I need all these like I hear it, but you, especially as captain, you should know actually this is what we need to do in order to
because you think
keep
about
our
it, like,
team moving.
Tony, when he comes on, he offers that, right?
Bro.
But then at Brentford, he can also do the whole drop-in thing and then play and whatnot. But he understands, okay, England need me as like the target man right now. Hit my chest, and I have enough quality to bring other players in, bring it down, bring other players in, and then get myself inside the box because that's where I'm going to score a goal, kind of thing. That's where the glory lies. It doesn't lie in me being the one that makes the pass to this person, to Saka, to then cross it into whoever else is now up front, Jude Bellingham. Because Jude Bellingham's going to get the plaudits.
Of course.
Not that it's about plaudits or whatnot, but like as a forward, the reason why you get paid the most money is
you're doing
because
the hardest
those moments you back.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
Like arguably being a goalkeeper is a lot harder than being a striker because if you make a mistake as a goalkeeper, it's a goal. You're done.
Yeah.
If you miss 9 chances but score 2 as a striker, everyone's forgotten the 9 chances that you've missed.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Kane, obviously one of like the best players that England have ever produced. But like in certain moments, as we've been saying, you got to do what's best for the team.
You
Just
have
stay
to.
that. Do that 9.
He-
do that 9 for me.
That's
please.
the thing. I think so. In this tournament so far, we've seen Jude Bellingham. We'll go into the penalties soon, yeah. But we've seen Jude Bellingham have his moment. We've seen Saka have his moment. We need Kane to now have his moment.
Yeah.
Like off of not just the. Don't get twisted. I love tapping goals. If he scores 2 tap-ins to beat Netherlands, we'll take
I'll
it.
take
Do
it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we need that. We need that from him because all of those players that stepped up for those penalties, they've had their moments. Cole Palmer, that's his moment. If he does nothing else for this whole tournament and he doesn't come on, that will be his moment for this Euros. Yeah. Ivan Toney not looking, bro. It's already I've already seen memes. All of that
memes,
stuff.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cold.
So when we're now, let's even talk about the penalties because I just loved everything about them, bro.
Yep.
I love the fact that Cole stepped up first. I love that. Who was second? It was Jude.
Yeah.
Jude was second.
Yeah.
Brilliant penalty. Third, I think it was
Saka, no?
Was it Saka or Tony? I think it might have been Saka.
Yeah, I think it was Saka first.
Saka.
Yeah.
Saka, yeah.
Bro, the redemption, quality,
Beautiful. Great pen as well.
great pen.
Father!
Let's go pen by pen. I didn't want to do that, but we have to.
Father!
Cole Palmer first. Yeah, that's my boy. That's all I was saying
Oh,
when
you're
he
a
scored
Chelsea
that.
boy as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
I said
yeah,
that's my
yeah,
boy
yeah, bro,
because
like-
I saw it before. Before he took the pen, Gareth was. When they're all deciding who's taking it, whatever. The first person Gareth looked at was Cole Palmer, and he was like, "Yeah, calm."
Makes
Cole.
sense.
Cole Palmer, he has that personality. Just like he just seemed like a normal guy, bro.
Yeah,
like,
proper bov,
like,
like,
fantastic. But no, it's
and he
alright,
just
innit?
bagged it.
Yeah.
Great pen.
Bagged.
Second one was Jude Bellingham. I don't know. There was something in me. Like I saw Gary Neville's reaction to the penalties. I was exactly like that. I was saying something negative before every pen. Oh, he's Jude. His storyline is gonna be was here, and then they're
Come
gonna
on,
bring it
guys.
down. Bro, I have to because that's what I'm used to.
Cope, bro. That's what
Bro,
it's
you
cope
have to.
mechanism, yeah.
And then he bagged that great penalty, and then Saka, that uncle that was praying.
Oh,
He said, "Father, bro." He anointed the
TV.
bro. That is real life.
Of course, because we all saw what happened in 2021.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you just like, we were saying earlier that if he missed his pen, the fact that he took England to pens in the first place would have been completely
Forgotten.
Wiped out.
Forgotten.
Yeah.
completely forgotten kind of thing. We know, we've seen him before. You get it? So that's why everyone was probably same reaction to when Saka stepped up and when Saka scored. It was so much relief, joy and happiness. Sancho put on his story like,
Bro.
Yeah.
"Oh, I love this guy. He's done it for me and
Yeah,
Marcus."
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people didn't understand it. Some people were like, "Oh, it's such glazing from Sancho." Da, 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 da. But then you look at it like, you're probably one of the people that was talking all that stuff
Abusing,
about
man.
them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
100%,
2021. Don't understand how important that moment was.
Fact, it's
You know what I'm
redemption.
saying?
It's
Like,
redemption,
yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, it's so interesting because when the penalties was coming up, I know every black person from the UK was thinking, "There's too many black men on the pitch, bro.
Yeah.
There's too many. There's too many on the pitch right now. Trent has come on. Ivan Toney's come on. I'm seeing Kane come off. I'm seeing Foden. Like, bro, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing them step up. I'm like, okay, this could be the exact same storyline, as the last Euros. It isn't now, and then suddenly everyone's confused as to why there's so many black Brits that are saying, all you racists that were talking then, where are you now?
Yeah.
The reason they are saying that is because if you're able to abuse them because of their color during a time like that, I'm gonna praise their color when they because you can't. If I'm sacking them, man, and they don't take the pen, who's gonna blame them? Who's going to blame them for not taking a pen after what happened last time? Do you know how much like guts and heart it takes to do that? So all of the people that are trying to get onto Rio for his tweet and
Instagram
everyone,
posting that, Rise and Baller when they posted that
if
as
you
well.
if you don't get it, then you need to
forget
really
about it.
honestly you need to pattern up, because when I saw I struggled not to respond to certain people like paragraphs. It's just like, why am I even educating people that aren't even trying to understand?
They don't get it by now. Just. Yeah, it's all for you boys. That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
it's madness. It's madness. But yeah, I was happy that they scored those penalties. Happy with Sancho's reaction, with everyone's reaction. Like it just felt like a beautiful moment for us, man.
Wholesome.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed that. So now it's England versus the Netherlands. They obviously got through by beating Turkey.
yes.
Got to say it the official way. Turkey. I was gutted though, slightly, because you know the second goal for Gakpo, I think it was a foul. I think Gakpo went in. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Nah.
So the ball went across the box and Gakpo kind of swept the defender's legs. So it went down as an own goal. He kind of swept the defender's legs, so it hit the defender's legs and it went into the back of the net.
Okay.
There was no VAR or nothing. And I'm thinking, if that was England, we would be up in arms. Because it was, and it's the fact that you don't even remember it shows you that they didn't even show enough replays, bro.
I'm trying to think about it.
I feel like the tournament, there's been some questionable,
dubious decisions.
Like even when was it Musiala that shot against Spain and it hit Cucurella's arm. I thought, me personally, I don't think it's a penalty.
Yeah.
But they've given stuff like similar to that as a penalty. So I'm like, for transparency, for being, if you want to keep things continuous, that should be a penalty. But it wasn't given, and then lo and behold, Germany went out. It is what it is, though.
No, it is. It is. But I hear what you're saying. I think this competition's been weird because there's been those decisions, but also there's been like games where I'm like, these refs are decent, man. I think most of the games where it's not English refs, maybe that's just us being used to how they do things. But why is it so different? Why do they ref games so different to like the whole other world, bro?
I think it's a power trip. The thing is, every referee has a power trip, right?
Facts.
But none like
English
the English
refs,
ones.
None.
And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe in school, not to say that they were bullied or anything like that, but maybe they weren't popping like that in school kind of thing. They weren't the leader of the group.
Yeah, they weren't.
Maybe whatever they suggested was just like pushed to the side. So
and then their suggestion will get called and it'll be someone else that claims it.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So they're like, you know what? I'm going to be a referee.
Yeah.
So anything
they got
I
pick
do
last
say,
to be in that. Yeah.
I feel that's the same with referees and police officers. They're similar. That's how Howard Webb was one of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I feel like that power that they have, the English refs love to abuse it, I guess, sometimes, in it kind of thing. No, I won't say all the time, because obviously there's like been good decisions or whatnot. But like any game that I saw is going to be officiated by the English refs, I was like, boy,
something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just think they're not competent. I'll just be real with you. Because like even with the whole patch with the other like foreign referees, some of them are on project. Like some of them don't even entertain speaking to some of the footballers. Like I saw some of them, they were just like, just walk away. They're like, I've given you, I'm not even going to explain it to you. Like, here, take the yellow and I'm going to keep it moving. Whereas like, I'm trying to remember it was a couple games ago. and it was with is it Anthony Taylor.
I knew he was going to say his name.
I can't remember what it was in that game, and everyone was even
the carding everyone.
Yeah,
he gave a card to Tchouameni that he gave the card to.
Even the commentators were like, "What's going on?" Like,
why are you excited, man?
But on the flip side of that, have you seen the officiating at the Copa America?
No,
brother. So the players, you have to Copa America. Yeah, you know South Americans are so like passionate. When it comes to their football. Yeah, so I watched Argentina versus Colombia.
Okay,
I believe it was.
I think Ecuador. Was it Ecuador?
Oh,
was it Colombia?
It was
Colombia's on the other side.
No, it wasn't Argentina. It might have been Brazil. I forgot who it was anyway, kind of thing. But these they ran towards the ref, and they're like, you can see in their face how like I don't know if they were abusing him because I can't speak the language. You know, I don't want to say they were abusing him, but they were animated. And the ref was so stern because I can imagine that on a weekly basis in the leagues in Argentina and Brazil and Chile, all them places. It's like you have to be stern and stand your ground and be confident, otherwise they'll prey on that weakness. You get it? Whereas obviously in the Euros now, it's more like, I guess, people are more like timid.
Yeah,
that's why that whole rule came in. That
exactly. The only captains.
Even
that, but that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing some refs like they're quite lenient with that. Like if the decision's against a player, if I'm a player and I've just been fouled and you've not given the foul, I'm gonna have to speak to you. This just emotion from the game. Don't take that away from me.
I'm not gonna run to the captain and be like, yo, I bet you
go to
you know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
imagine if they actually turns to that as well.
Yeah, bro, you be getting cooked on Twitter as well, bro. I'm going to watch out to Big Bro. Come on, man.
No, facts,
I'm looking sad.
Facts, bro. They got man looking crazy.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Moses Duckrow, and I am here today with Keep It 90. And boy, we were keeping it 90. Listen, make sure you lot like, subscribe, share when an episode drops, and boy, it's going to be a good one.
The semi-finals anyway are England versus Netherlands and France versus Spain. What we saying for England and Netherlands? What we saying scoreline? What we predicting? Are we fearful of the Netherlands? Do we think that they've got enough?
I think it's going 120 minutes.
Yeah.
It's going the full distance. So. I think both those teams haven't been very impressive over the Euros. Like, they should be a lot better. I guess, obviously, was it the 3-1 game or 3-0 game where...
3-0, yeah.
Yeah, that Netherlands played.
They were good.
Gakpo was, like, really... powerful runner, innit?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I've seen him at Liverpool every single week. Like, when he does play, he's just, like, very good at running with the ball, and even more so for Netherlands. So he's, like, a player that you would look out for. Xavi Simons is like a dictator, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Someone that's been in the limelight from, like, the age of, like, I don't know, like 7, 8?
He's
like
been
playing
about.
that, like, La Masia kind of thing. Like, when his
early
hair
guard,
was
isn't
out.
he?
Early doors, bro.
16.
You get it? And to actually realise that talent now, all those years later, it's actually quite refreshing to see.
Facts.
So those two, I think, are like the most, I guess, people I'm looking out for the most when it comes to Netherlands. And then obviously Van Dijk is Van Dijk, but
the defense is solid.
Yeah, the Memphis, not really.
He's the type to score against us, though. Because these men are just like angry to play England.
The type to score against England is Weghorst.
Yeah.
Weghorst is the type to come on and bag. He did it against Argentina in the World Cup kind of thing. It's like he's not great, but he knows what he's good at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he'll just score.
Yeah. So I think that one's going the distance. I think I'm going to go penalties. And if it does go penalties, I can see England winning penalties again kind of thing. But it hasn't been enough goals
from this thing.
No,
I think there hasn't been for England in general. But I think the big issue, and obviously I hear the Kane thing, and I'm not saying it just because I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm saying if Cole Palmer plays in that Phil Foden position, I can guarantee you, if he starts in that position, he's gonna get a goal or an assist in the first half. If I knew he was starting before the game, I would put a lot of money on that happening. Because he wants to make things happen.
I was saying, the hunger's different.
It's different, bro.
I'll be real. I prefer to see. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I would prefer to probably see Gordon, who's not had a lick of football yet in this tournament, because he's outright the only person that naturally plays on that wing.
Yeah.
He actually knows what to do on there. He's
not
not
with the two 10s that they're playing now, though.
Oh yeah. I forget the
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think I saw your boy Eze come on, and I think Eze's like incredible.
He's looked good every time.
I just don't think he's comfortable enough.
No.
He didn't feel. Fair enough.
You know
he's playing left wing back.
Yeah.
So let me even reserve what I'm saying. But in the final third, I just felt like I see him at Palace, and I know when he's like free.
It's because you see, as you just said, he knows. It seems like he knows which players have been given the free reign. And he's not. He hasn't solidified himself in the England team like consistently, kind of thing. So he probably might be thinking like, okay, let me just do what the manager's asking me to do right now, and then let me get my 10,000 hours in, and then I'll be able to be free and do I'm doing. So, because as you say, like Eze's the type of player that when you allow him to be free, he's one of the best players you'll ever see.
Facts.
And we've seen glimpses of him in the tournament who, again, played way better than Foden. Gets that ball, starts driving, gets the foul. Because no one knows what to do. Like once he's driving, it's like, all right, well, how do I deal with Eze?
Yeah.
So he's just definitely, I need to see, we need to see way more of him. But yeah, I mean, Palmer, you know, I keep forgetting we're playing 3 at the back now. So that does change things for me.
Get Palmer on
I'll be real, like, even if you were to look at the season that just gone, like, when Palmer played for Chelsea and Foden for City, Foden was obviously important for City. But, and I know that Foden obviously won player of the season, whatnot, which is, I think is well deserved. But Cole Palmer definitely had a shout. I think if Chelsea obviously did more, then he probably would have obviously been a bit higher, because was it 31 goal contribution?
Yeah, 31, 32. But but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like as fans, and this because I wanted to actually ask you, man. Yeah, are we being too harsh on Southgate? Because I think, like you said, we are in the semi-final of the Euros again. This is the third time in four tournaments that he's made the semi-final, We have not been happy with the football. And what I say is that me not being happy doesn't mean that I don't want England to succeed. I just think that there's a lot more that can come from this squad. It's the same way with France. The French fans hate Deschamps for the football that he's playing with them. But when they won the World Cup, they were happy. When they're winning these games, Nations League, they're happy. But with us, we're not winning. So it's like, are we gonna? Is it wrong for us to critique Southgate when it looks like he knows what he's doing?
No.
You know the best way for me to describe it. You know when you're playing Tekken with like your little cousin or something.
Yeah.
And you're normally like you're hard. Kind of thing. When you give the controller to your cousin because your cousin's like, I want to play. Your cousin in Southgate, if you didn't know, You're playing against your cousin, and then all of a sudden you're getting the maddest combos you've never seen before in your life.
Yeah.
And you look at your cousin's controller, see what he's doing. Man's just button bashing. He's button bashing. So it's not like there's no tactics behind it, kind of thing that makes sense. But again, it might be a tactic because it's like I'm just kind of hoping I get lucky enough with one combination in my little button bashing to win. So to answer your question, should we cut in some slack? Yeah, I guess so. Obviously, as you said, 3 semi-finals in 4 years, cool. But at the same time, for the football purists, knowing what these players can do, what they've done for their clubs, you want to be spoiled, innit? I guess all football fans are spoiled. I want to see entertaining, fast, slick football. We have the players to do it. Why aren't we doing it? And yes, we are entitled. Why are we entitled when obviously England won the World Cup 1966 kind of thing? I didn't even realize until the other day. I saw a video that it was a dubious final as well. Very dubious. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the teams that have like won the Euros, for example, or the team that won the World Cup, I think it's only like 8 teams or something like that that's won like the World Cup and just been like a mixture of them. So England haven't really been like a team that has been winning the big competitions, not even Nations League. That just come around, you know what I'm saying? So the entitlement is bonkers. I guess it's because they say, home of football and all those things there.
Yeah.
But Southgate is like a good guy. You're the supply teacher. You're like, you man allow him, man.
It's cool.
You man allow him.
But you know when the supply teacher now starts acting out, I think that's when it's like, right, like, I didn't know you were like this. So I think that there was a few decisions before the tournament. I think Raheem Sterling and Rashford not coming, I think that there's still questionable decisions. And we can see now that didn't work out because we haven't scored that many goals. We don't have players that run in behind. And he clearly don't trust Gordon. So you needed something different. That's fair enough. That was one thing. Then to say that, we're missing the Calvin Phillips when you're looking at the players that we have.
That was the most outrageous comment I've ever.
That actually like made me like really question, because I've been backing Southgate for this tournament. I said he needs one more tournament.
Yeah.
Because he's been successful. He's been the most successful England manager in our lifetime. Yeah. So we can't be on him too much.
He's also been one of the most lucky. Also.
But that's what I'm saying. How much luck can you really buy yourself when it's been over such a long period of time? And the players are buying into, like, it's one or two things, because we're looking at, like you said earlier, the tournament itself, there's been maybe 4 teams that have lived up to expectation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spain, Germany, Switzerland,
Portugal at the beginning.
Yeah. Turkey, maybe they were dark horses last tournament, so they're actually like living up to that name. Yeah. But like
Georgia, I enjoyed
that. But you don't expect that.
You don't expect it.
So from the teams that we expect something from, there's not really been that much motion. Like, bro, all the players that we're expecting to perform, they've not been performing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, is Southgate are we asking too much of him, or should we be putting more of that energy into the players being who we think they are? Because I think it's half and half. I think Southgate clearly has to do more to like accommodate for the issues we're having creatively. Like, Foden's not creating as much. Kane needs to stay up top. You've got players on the bench that can create. Eze, Palmer, you've got them, so utilize them earlier. Don't wait till we go down.
But see, that's also my issue. Yeah, like, and that's the most frustrating thing when you're watching England. You watch like Switzerland, or you watch, who is it before, Slovakia, or one of these guys. Even if you go back to the Euros final with Mancini, something's not working, bring on we've got 5 subs. Let's use them. Let's try and tinker and figure this thing out while we keep going. Where I feel like Southgate just sits there and goes, you know what? We've got Bellingham on the pitch. We've got Kane. They'll figure it out at some point. Yeah. And it's like, no, that's not how football works.
There's too many immovable players in that squad. That's what I don't like. That's the biggest.
That's the biggest thing
issue
for me.
Yeah.
Make those subs. You got to make, as a manager, when you're managing so many players that all have egos, by the way, because for them to be that good, you have to believe you're the shit, to be honest. But as a manager, it's the same thing. You have to believe you're the shit as well.
Facts.
Otherwise,
trust your decisions.
There is no player that's unstoppable. No player that's unstoppable, kind of thing. If you even look at Argentina, I forgot the name of their manager. He used to play for Argentina as well. There'll be some games where Messi won't be playing, kind of thing, even though Messi is still Argentina's main man. But you're like, okay, no, you're resting today. I'm going to get this person playing, kind of thing. Whereas, for example, Kane has played 220 minutes in a row. Tony's played, like, I don't know, 20 minutes in total, 30 minutes in total. But he will still play Kane anyway, kind of thing. Because it's like, I guess, he's the captain of the team. But if a man like Messi can still get that subbed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make them decisions, kind of thing. You're the manager.
Sure. Can I agree with you? Because I don't mind if the stars of the team, quote unquote, have to start the game. That's not the problem. The issue is
keeping them on.
Yeah, knowing when it's all right, it's time to take you off.
And it's so annoying because, okay, Jude, fair enough. He's shown that he needs to stay. Because
Saka, do you not see when he looks?
Exactly. Who else?
No, even that.
No,
last game, he looked like he's taking me off.
Oh, yeah. He had him on the board and he was like, no. Can't be me.
I feel like this team needs me.
But I love that though. But you need to be like that as a player.
You have to be.
Saka is another player that's proven last few minutes he can come up with something. There's 2 players in that front line that have not proven anything in those moments or anything. And don't get twisted, we all support England, so we all don't want them to do well, but they haven't up until this point. So Foden, if he's not playing well,
get him off early doors.
You have to get him off early doors.
100%.
Kane, if he's not contributing and he's actually getting in the way, get him off.
Don't give me the whole penalty stuff. Ivan Toney.
Exactly, because Kobe Mainoo came off the last game, and I don't think he deserved to come off, even though that change was like, I understood it, but it's like, nah, he was still having an impact in the game. You want those players that are trying to play the ball to the number 10s, play because Rice is not doing that, and I don't mind that because that's not his role. But Mainoo has to be on to do that role. So it's like these players, you should. That's one of his biggest mistakes this tournament. You've made them like Foden, Kane, Saka, Bellingham, all us playing the full 90, bro. Every game, and it just shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't. But hopefully things change. Hopefully Southgate is like, he's warming into it, you know what I mean? Getting into the tournament. I don't mind the big performance.
Win or lose this tournament, he should be like leaving at the end of the
I
tournament.
agree.
Yeah.
This should be his last.
He shouldn't get the World Cup.
Nah.
Should be his last contribution. He's done. How many years has it been since 2016?
I think it's that long.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
about 7-8 years. Yeah, it's just enough. And like I said, there's only
He's
so
done
much.
well.
And
He's
there's
done
only.
well.
Has he done well though?
No, he has. Let's not do that. Let's
Oh,
not do that. Let's not do
alright,
that. Let's not do that.
guys.
He's done well. He's
Like-
done well.
like
He's
for
done well.
example-
He's done well.
We don't like his
Yeah.
tactics. Yeah, cool. Style of play. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad at like not liking the style. I just think we've looked at all these tournaments. Like even if you look at this tournament, do you know how fortunate you are to be on the side that didn't
But it's
have?
not a fortune.
Spain?
Like
There is a bit of.
but that's what football is, though.
I
You
hear
only-
it.
you
but
can only
we've
play
had
with
it
the
for
team that's in front of you.
Sorry, we've had it about for 3-4 tournaments.
I know
Yeah.
that.
That's
but
a lot of
still.
times where you're on the favourable
But then I
side.
think luck is a
Bro,
talent
we lost
as well,
to
bro.
Iceland. We lost to Iceland.
Look at poor Germany right now. Germany would have loved to have been on our side. They had to face Spain
2016
straight away.
Yeah,
In
I hear
2016,
you.
when England went out in the group stages and lost that, was it 1-0 to Iceland,
Yeah.
a country that only had like 100,000
Yeah.
people, the little thunderclap thing, that was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
An embarrassment. To go from that to where England are now, and I do get like, you do have the luck of the draw and whatnot, but you still have to beat these teams
Facts.
at the end of the day.
Facts.
We lost in the final to a team that couldn't even qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, I know. I hear
That was
I
a
hear
home. That was a home game.
I hear that. I
Didn't
hear
leave the
that.
country.
But-
Every other team had to do
Still a country
to do
that has more
EasyJet.
football heritage than England when it comes to winning
Facts,
tournaments.
facts,
bro.
facts.
Do you get it? Like they have that winners mentality.
They
Okay,
couldn't-
yeah,
couldn't
didn't qualify for the next.
Imagine the
yeah.
European champions couldn't even qualify for the next
No, but,
tournament.
but even that happens with like teams that win stuff sometimes. Because Germany, they won the World Cup. Then after that, they didn't qualify for
Yeah,
the,
for the
they
Euro.
qualified for the World Cup, but they went out group stages and all that
yeah.
stuff. Like that happens
But you
sometimes.
qualified.
But you just can't look at this England success and not accompany it with praise to Southgate.
Yeah, you
you
have
just
to.
can't.
I
You
just
have
think
to.
at the end of the day, right? I need to see. It's literally how you break down with Arteta.
But it's different.
It isn't
Because
For me,
Arsenal, because it's very different. Because
Okay, go
England
on.
have only won one international trophy.
66.
They've been to
Dubious.
one. They've been to one dubious one, and
Yeah.
they've been to one final since then.
But that's my point. So when you've now arguably got the best crop of players that we've seen in God knows how long, when
But
you've
we're
had,
not the only one with a golden
no,
generation.
but when,
Yeah.
but when you,
Belgium, Portugal, the Netherlands.
I know you're not talking Belgium. That thing's
But
over.
in terms
Outside
of,
of
yeah,
that dark
yeah,
age.
yeah,
They've
but
been
in
successful.
terms of on paper of all the players that they had,
Yeah.
like you would call them the golden generation. But as you just said, they haven't been successful. However, they were ranked top team in the world of FIFA
time.
for like 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
Without winning, their nation hasn't won a
that
single
FIFA
thing.
Well,
Mental.
it's the worst ranking system I've ever seen. in
I
the
don't
world.
know how they do it. But they
It
done it.
don't make sense.
Know what I'm saying?
It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah.
You don't win nothing, but somehow you can just sit in top 5 for like it makes no sense. I just feel like at this point something needs to come home. Like, again, like,
I don't even know what's up.
like,
That is so
Like,
funny.
yeah.
No, I hear that. I hear that. I think this year it's a possible year. You look at the other side of the draw. It's France versus Spain.
You would
I think
expect Spain to win, I think.
Spain should win off of
Yeah.
the back of this tournament so far. I think they're probably the best team that's left in the competition
Yeah.
from what we've seen.
Yeah.
But France are France. What are we saying for that? What are we saying scoreline? How you see that going?
That's gonna be a tough game.
I think if Spain don't score early, France will win.
Yeah. France, they do that. They're like Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know when Real Madrid played against Dortmund and Dortmund had all those chances. And then Real Madrid scored. That was it, 2-0.
But I don't even think, and I think this is why France are just so weird because they don't play well. But Deschamps always does like one thing to allow their stability throughout the whole tournament. Bringing in Saliba has changed everything.
Yep.
Smart
He
man.
makes
He's been
Upamecano better.
Yeah.
Koundé looks better. And that, like everyone just looks better.
You know, apparently he was forced to do that. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently Konate had like a cold or something just before
Is
the tournament, so
it?
he was sort of forced to put
I can't
Saliba
lie,
starting.
If they had Konate and
Upamecano,
Upamecano,
they would have been out already.
Oh my day, they would have been done.
Yeah, they would have out already.
And I
still.
rate Konate.
Yeah, same.
I don't rate Upamecano.
I don't rate
Yeah,
them together.
But the
no
thing,
more.
them together, there's just a lack of. I guess it's a bit too rash.
Yeah.
You need someone to kind of like draw them. So I guess Saliba being there is the person that kind of gels the whole back line
Yeah,
because even
facts.
Teo Hernandez that bombing up and down.
He's so good
Like
as
he's
well, man.
very, very good.
nice,
Yeah.
man.
Very, very good. But I'm sure Saliba talks to him sometimes and be like, yo,
Come
you
back.
can't.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But
Yeah.
even that's what I'm saying. They're back. So this is going to be their biggest test because you look at Spain, and one of my friends said that Spain is he's dark horse to win the whole tournament. And I was like, what are you talking about? They've got young G's, but
Yeah.
they need like a focal point. But when you look at what their wingers are doing,
Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal.
they're moving so mad that it's actually scary. Every time they get the ball, they're on violent. They're on violent.
They get the ball like literally, then they're facing forward
straight away.
And my first thought is, or their first thought is, I'm gonna take this person on because I'm better than this person.
Yeah.
You get it?
Every time.
It's that kind of like arrogance to be like, can I even call it arrogance or confidence?
Confidence.
A bit
of both, but
they're both in it.
They're so young, bro.
There's no one that can stop me. And even if you do stop me, you're not gonna stop me again. Because I'm gonna keep on coming. Whereas some people are like, if they try to take on their man and it doesn't work, they might just for the next 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna pass it back.
See, that's what I think I'm more annoyed about. The wingers that we have are so like institutionalized by like what the current way of football is, where you keep the ball. If you don't beat your man the first time, okay, the next time you got to pass it back. These man don't mind losing the ball, and I think we should be on that vibe because it's like, bro, if Saka loses the ball, you've got Kobe and Rice covering you. Trust that.
You got people.
Trust that. You know what I mean?
If they're doing it in the right places, of course, which is what Yamal and Williams are doing for Spain. Like they're getting it high up the pitch and taking people on. If they lose the ball high up there, you would expect for everyone to get back close together and then be able to defend properly, so it doesn't lead to a goal. Right. Obviously, if they're doing it lower down the pitch, then you're like, yo, what are you doing? But like you said, institutionalized with the English mentality is like, oh, you need to be safe, kind of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's just annoying still.
Which is why, like, you see it kind of coming out of the game a little bit, like the wingers taking on, like, their defenders, kind of thing. And I miss that. And so seeing them lot is a breath of fresh air.
No, facts.
Like, every single time they come on for Spain, you see it's a little bit different.
Ooh, they almost lost it because of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that 1-0 and then it went to 1-1. I thought that they was gonna, because they had Ferran Torres, that a few of the other. I don't even know their names like that. Even the Donny that scored.
Moreno. I think he played for Sociedad, I think it is.
There we go. I was thinking like, these man, fair enough, he trusts in them, but they got him to win. So yeah, I think I still think it's gonna be a France. I'm hoping it's gonna be a France-England final. Yeah, and then just the battle of the shithousery. Whoever wins, just wins, innit?
Because if Spain beat France and then England beat Netherlands and England buck Spain,
we're losing, man. And it's going to be an annoying one as well, because it's like, oh, we didn't even have a shot on target. Them ones, we don't need that.
It's one of the ones that the last minute, like trying to scramble kind of thing. Like, the 85th minute, man, are trying to like shoot from far. Like party against Southampton from 40 yards out. It was like 2 seasons ago, and he just shot. It's like, oh, bro, come on, man. That's what we be seeing. But I can't. For me, I think Spain's gonna win the whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
But if not Spain, I think it'll be England, just like on a jammy one. So Spain, England's like my second team. I think that would win it.
Because you know what, England right now, I can't remember if it's in the last pod or not, but they reminded me a bit of. You remember when Portugal won it 2 years, 2 tournaments, 2 years ago,
2016.
When they were playing absolutely awful for the whole.
They didn't score or win a game in normal 90 minutes.
Meanwhile, France on the other side,
they were
just dishing it out, and then all of a sudden you get to that final, somehow Portugal just pull out the bag. England, they've got enough quality to do that.
Hopefully, man. We need that desperately.
That bit of luck, man.
We need that desperately. You're going Spain to win it all. I'm gonna have to go England.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. It's coming home. Let's go England. It's coming home.
I love that, man. Everyone just like. That's what my brain. Yeah, it's coming home. Yeah.
A few other things. Yeah. So Brazil were out of the Copa America, lost to Uruguay. Are we shocked at that, or what are we saying?
Yeah, I mean they've not been playing great throughout that whole Copa America. To be honest with you, it's been a bit depressing.
Up and down. I blame Ronaldinho.
A lot of sideways passing from Brazil that you didn't really expect to see. I think obviously Vinny started off well in the group stages. You're thinking, okay, like Ballon d'Or shouts, making sense kind of thing. And then it just didn't. Like I saw the highlights of the game because obviously they're playing at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
They had what's that young boy's name again?
Hendrick.
They had him playing up front.
He was terrible.
They threw him into
the deepest
of ends.
I hear it.
That's South America, bro. You can't do that.
So small.
I'm with it, but listen, if you're meant to be a talisman,
if you're meant to be that guy,
like Lamar and all these boys, then you have to see it.
As a striker, it's different.
Very different.
5'5".
If he played on the wing, because even if you put Vinny in that position where he was playing, Vinny would have got bullied. Yeah, he would have got bullied as well, bro. Like they were just going through the back of him, kind of thing. They were roughing him up.
Yeah,
he couldn't do anything. Whereas obviously I know in Brazil, like, you know, sometime when he was taking the ball, he was driving and going past players and shooting from far, whatnot. But the Uruguayans, bro, they've got a different type of hunger, bro.
I hear
different type. They got
the whole
dog.
tournament. They're on it differently. So
it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a surprise, but just based off of how they were playing throughout the tournament, kind of thing. But only thing I'm kind of like sad about is that I feel like that could probably dampen Vinny Jr.'s chances of winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it has.
Yeah.
If Bellingham gets further into this tournament, I think that's
I think that would be the.
But I think he deserves. I can't lie. Jude will deserve it. If England, even if they go out semi-final or whatever, his highlights in this Euros compared to Copa and their stats and highlights throughout the season, it's been similar. So I think he would deserve it. That overhead kick, I can't lie.
That one. That is such a hit.
Like people, we actually need to deep what we witnessed there, innit? Like that's not a joke.
Outrageous.
Bro. That is crazy to do that. But
yeah,
man, they're out. Argentina's still in. Obviously, Uruguay. I don't know the other teams, but we'll probably talk about it on the next. It's been at a difficult time. So there's been a few other things in the world of sports actually, and I didn't want to mention. I wanted to mention it at the jump, but I forgot about it. We're talking about Black Man and how it was an important weekend. Obviously, John Cena retiring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's mad how you like brought that into the black man.
I'm not gonna lie, that threw me off a bit.
When he said John Cena, I was like, what? Because he's wearing denim shorts. What's going on here, bro? Got man's wearing jorts.
Hey, let's not forget how John Cena came into the scene, bro.
Yeah, man.
Word life.
Yeah, man. Man, bro. Yeah, that was sad, man. He said next year.
Next year,
2025.
Boy, like, there's a lot of man's childhood, innit? Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Obviously, he wasn't like one of like the OG like wrestlers, but like I guess 2004, 2005 was the times that you really saw John Cena, and he was cool.
Yeah,
cool.
You know what I'm saying? So
I remember he had the little rap album. I think my brother had it, like the WWE.
Bro, he could rap, bro.
Yeah,
man.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like, the thing is, I rate John Cena. I rate what he did for WWE.
Yeah.
And I've never really rated him as a wrestler. I rated him as like a personality. I think he was a great personality, and I think obviously he's gonna be a miss, but because I didn't feel him like that as a wrestler, it's not like when Shawn Michaels retired, and like when I didn't see Jeff Hardy again, like bro,
yeah,
like,
those guys make you feel something.
Like I actually was upset. Like, do you know what I mean?
You know, you just said that, and it's actually depressed me a little bit. I saw my brother sent me a link the other day of Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, and how they're wrestling at the moment.
How they're wrestling now?
It's depressing.
Nah, it's sad still.
It's sad.
Jeff Hardy's an artist now, you know.
It broke me.
Their bodies aren't the same.
It's not the same, bro.
Old, bro.
It's not the same. It broke me. I was like, retire, bro. Like, I can't see you like this.
Yeah, they just got to keep going though, because they just don't know anything
else.
else.
Are you lot tapped into wrestling right now?
Ish.
Yeah,
I'm not really tapped in at all, bro.
It's good that you said it, because I'm not really. If you said you were, I would said ish. I see some of the storylines on social.
Yeah, on social. That's all I see.
I saw Paul Heyman get slammed through the table.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
You know Paul Heyman. You know Paul Heyman.
Brock Lesnar's manager.
Undertaker. Used to be Undertaker, then Paul Heyman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Paul Bearer.
I know who you're talking about.
Paul Heyman.
Okay, yeah.
Paul Heyman. The one that is like
he's with Brock Lesnar.
ECW.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know him. But yeah, man, I thought it was just sad. It was just sad that happened.
It's the end of an era, innit?
End of an era.
But we still see him though. He's always acting, isn't he? Like I literally just saw him in the Bear the other day.
But if you're talking about end of an era, you got to talk about Ronaldo.
Bro, I was gonna go on to that. Ronaldo cutting, bro. Well, he's not. He's probably
not
still
playing Euros again.
He won't play Euros again.
Okay. Yeah.
He's 39, so he'd be like 40.
How did you feel about him crying though? I actually thought that people were being very harsh.
They're being quite harsh, but like when you're a leader of a team, right, kind of thing, it's not like it was the end of the game. He still had the second half. So even if he wanted to cry, like shed a little tear, but you can't look like you're inconsolable. For me personally,
but that's what I'm saying. If I'm a leader, yeah, and I know that I've got these young G's under me and I've missed that pen.
Yeah.
If they see me cry, not that I'm doing it on purpose. If I see my OG crying, I am not losing that game.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah. But it could have the adverse effect as well.
What, they start crying too?
They could panic, bro.
Yeah, true.
If our OG, our best player of all time, he's missed the penalty. He's one of the Ronaldo for me is probably mental wise, probably one of the strongest footballers I've ever seen.
Yeah, facts.
For him to even last this long at the level and still be able to play mentally. So as a young G, not saying that this happened, but like if you're seeing that, like this guy's the most mental strong guy like that's been in football, crying before the game's even up because he missed the penalty. What the fuck?
Nah.
We are doomed. What do you mean?
But then it's like Sam said, it's for you then to be like, nah, we got to do this for him, fam.
Because certain man ain't got the mental fortitude that my man have.
Nah,
you get it? Like, so you look at it like,
I
whoa, I say, yo, my brother, yo, we still got a second half, you know.
I hear it.
But yeah, as you said, it's like you said as well, like there could be the flip side of that. Would be like, okay, no, we don't want him. We don't want it to be his last Euros.
And the way they were getting onto him as well, like, was it?
They were saying he's arrogant. He wants it to be about him and this and that.
He did. We know he's the most arrogant footballer we've ever seen in the game. But let's not like take that away from him because that's what's made him him.
What I was saying was that like, even though he does do all those things there, I don't think people see the other side. Is like by him doing that, it takes off all the pressure from all his teammates.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Leao needs to be in a conversation of some sort.
I expected Leao to be doing what Nico Williams was doing.
Facts.
Because he was meant to be like the next £100 million player for me, kind of thing. You get it? Like Lamine Yamal, like them man there, like Leao should have been. We should have been having talks like that. But obviously now everyone like focuses on Ronaldo. They call him Penaldo. They forget what Ronaldo has done for the game, kind of thing. But yeah, it was sad for me to see. I'm a Messi fan, but doesn't mean I'm not a Ronaldo fan as well.
Fan of
like,
football,
it was sad to see, like, like
even Pepe,
Pepe,
41. That last run where he kept on with 2 rounds.
With 2 rounds, bro.
When I saw that them first start running, I said, Pepe,
how's he still there?
Fake.
Yeah, I said, how's he still there?
It didn't make sense, bro. Like, no, it's sad, man. It's sad to see that. But even another, we should have done this at the jump. Thiago.
Oh my God! When he left Liverpool, said, "I'm retiring." 32.
Forgot about that.
I can't believe that. But the reason why he said, obviously, that it might be his body and stuff like that. But I've seen interviews about him saying that he's fallen out of love with the game, innit?
Yeah,
really.
And I think a lot of because Bielsa came out with that as well, saying about how football's different and like it's becoming too regimented.
Yeah,
everything is systemized to a point where even the Euros is becoming. I think it's way more boring than like the Copa America, than AFCON, because teams like the worst team, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to a certain extent, but the worst team can play against England and it can be like a 1-1 because England are still fearful of like losing the ball. If it was like back in the day, that's a 6-0 or 4-0 because them man are like, I'm better than you, so I'm gonna go at you. Do you know what I mean? And we don't have that in football no more. So I hear what Thiago is saying.
Thiago's like one of the purest footballers I've ever seen.
No, facts.
Like ever, like aesthetically and technique wise, I don't think I've seen a better player than him, kind of thing, in my lifetime anyway, kind of thing. I don't know who the closest would be to him in terms of with technique. Is it
Pogs?
Okay, yeah.
His technique is up there.
Obviously, Messi's got the technique, but like in terms of like that tech, when you do the half volleys and the passing and just like the way he runs,
made sure that he looked good.
Yeah, like, aesthetically, he just looked like a ballerina, like playing football, bro.
I won't even lie to you. Like before he just got to Liverpool, and I remember everyone was hyping him. I think I knew about his brother more than him. You know,
that's madness.
Really?
Yeah, at Barca.
Really?
Barca PSG. Yeah. Like I knew of Thiago. But the way everyone was like hyping when he was going to Liverpool, I was thinking, I must have been under a rock.
You were definitely under a rock.
That's crazy.
You see Thiago at Barcelona at the time when he was balling out.
I don't know why like Rafinha like was more like
because he was like a utility player. So
maybe that was
like a Lucas kind of thing.
Yeah, man. But man, I'm sad, man, because we don't even have time anymore. But Moses, we need to get you back on.
100%, bro. Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm down, man.
Like, you might even need to come next week. No joke. Because obviously we've got a few members out as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to have you while everyone's here and just chat ball. Hopefully the next time we talk, England have won the Euros.
Yes.
And we're celebrating. Everyone's got a public holiday. But apart from that, where can everyone find you on socials, man?
So Instagram, TikTok, just search Moses Duckrow. Same with Twitter as well. I'll be there. Kind of thing,
or the Pep Guardiola,
skits, you know,
the black.
When on your belly. We will be there. So you can find me on that, and you can find me at your local pub as well.
Yeah, love that. Jameson's finest.
Jameson. They call me Mr. Jameson. I never thought I was gonna be a black Dave at the pub. You know, there's always that one black guy in the pub. His name is Dave, kind of thing. That's my dad, kind of thing. But one thing I need to say. You know when you said regimented, I sounds like Sam's Nigerian. You know the way it was regimented.
Bro.
I said
I don't even know where the hell that came from.
When you said regimented, I was like, where did that come from? It's like
yeah, no,
use any other words, but yeah, man.
So you got to use the long words to make it sound like you know what you're talking about.
But thank you for bringing me on there, though. Like, I appreciate it, man.
For sure.
Definitely would want to come back. And
I love that.
Man.
Love that.
Thank you, guys.
Anytime. Coach, you got anything else to say?
Nah, apart from Arsenal Calafiori coming this week. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's the calamari.
Wait, Calafiori.
Calamari.
Hey, haters already.
We'll see about that one. The transfer window is going to be
just a reminder. The Premier's, we've got about a month.
Yeah, it's coming back round. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you let us know your thoughts on social media. If you have any questions, TikTok, Instagram, X, shout us, man, and we'll talk about it. But until next time, peace.
Bush.
Yo, what's going on, peeps? Copes here with Keep It 90. If you enjoyed what you just saw, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and keep up to date with us on all social platforms.